Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your pal Jgun. And a few hours ago, Cloud Imperium released their yearly IAE video. Not a surprise, they do this every year. And this video introduces us and welcomes us to IAE. So, super exciting time for everybody. And I thought I would just go over the video really quickly and give you my thoughts. So, video starts off, and we have the Perseus appear on the scene. And we get a very clear shot of it here, and we can see that front turret it's large. It's super, super, super large. And on the bottom, we see what looks like two little Gatlings on a turret of some kind. And this is just a great shot. So this is exciting, and we're going to advance a little bit. And there's another very clear shot we get of the Perseus. And people are really excited for this ship because it's kind of hammerhead size, but it's like a destroyer. It's got really big cannons, which will be great for blowing things up. So, and apparently the crew requirements are less. So it'll be interesting to see how quickly that turret can actually turn when you're in it. I think the tuning and the balancing here will be around, making that turret turn really quickly or really slowly. And that's how they can make people love or hate the ship. We have a pretty clear view of the bridge, too. Let me see if I can... well, you can zoom in on your end. But then we have a Firebird come in. And at the bottom left, we can see a Polaris come in. Definitely looks like the bridge has a seat in the middle. Come on, Jgun, stop accidentally right-clicking. And then we have, looks like Gatlings on the side. And those are small enough. That might actually just be a point defense cannon. Yeah, that might be a PDC. So it's coming in here nice and slow. And then a Guardian warps in. That's cool. And yeah, we get a look up there in the upper left. You can see a single seat in the center. And it looks like there are two seats flanking it, but a bit backwards. So the Perseus makes its way through, and here we see it arriving at Seraphim. Nope, actually that's the Paladin. Paladin's going to arrive at Seraphim first. No big surprise there. We've had the Paladin for a few weeks now. And we have a dissolve to the next part of the edit, and we have a Crusader ship flying by. We have a Stinger lifting up and backwards. It's kind of a weird angle. With an Idris on the bottom and a Polaris in the back. And then between the Polaris and the Perseus, but down below, we have some fighters. Looks like an Origin craft, probably a 325 with custom livery, and then a Hornet and maybe an Arrow. Not quite sure. But it's another great shot of the Perseus. We can see the RSI badging on the side. Here we kind of get a better feeling for the entire length of it all. And it's actually a pretty short ship. It's a bit more squat than I had expected. So it's tall and squat with that giant gun hanging off the front. So should be fairly maneuverable. And get out of the way, Stinger. We don't care about you. We want to see more of the Perseus. So the Perseus comes in with some smaller craft. And there we see a Shiv. So suddenly a Gray's ship comes into frame. And right as it does, we transition to this view of the Perseus breaking atmosphere, along with a Polaris in the background and an Idris and a Talon. Looks pretty cool. The turret is facing backwards for the entry. That's probably just a gaff, and they didn't want to reshoot that, or it looked dumb. Now we get a view behind the Talon, and what we see are these Buccaneers on the left. Now, are these the Chiveneers? Sorry, Chiveneers. I meant Grayoneers. These look like the Gray Buccaneers. Do they? No, maybe not. Maybe they're just regular bucks. What do y'all think? Are these regular bucks, or are they the Gray's anatomy bucks? The 50 Shades of Bucks. I don't know. They look cool as hell, though, mainly just because the lighting. The lighting makes them look jet black. Um, the Buccaneer, like a lot of Drake's ships, always kind of just looks like a flying trash can. But when I think of like a buck that is like complete black obsidian, that just looks really cool. So I'm not saying that this is a Gray's buck, but damn, they look cool coming in with the lighting, making them all shiny and black like that. Okay, let's move on. So the Talon and the Bucks come in. Yeah, actually, the more I look at it, those are just standard Bucks. But you know what? The Buccaneers are a great ship, and they look cool as hell. Okay, so here we are behind Gray's Shiv. And with the sun in the distance, we're getting some silhouettes. It looks like I was right. That is a 300 series ship. Looks like a reclaimer off in the distance, oddly enough. We see a Carrack there, right in front of the ship's center gun. And we see an 890 coming in. All is cool and well there. Oh, and then what is this? What is this? What is this? The Gray's Shiv swipes to the side and reveals a ship shaped like a bat with really long bat-like wings. But you know what? It's not a Corsair because I don't think it's long enough. The Corsair is longer. Oh. So what do we have here? And my Windows clipping tool isn't working. Go back to full screen. What is that? What is that? What is it? What is it? What do you think? What do you think? Could that be the bat ship they have been teasing since, what, like last two, I can officially say 2 sitcons ago, because it wasn't the sitcon we had 2 weeks ago. It was the sitcon from the year before that. So who knows? Who knows? But I think that's it, and I think that's what the public thinks it is. Now, what is that? Is that the rumored Drake Clipper? I don't know. But yes, if the Drake Clipper, well, no, because that's a Drake ship. So maybe it's not. Maybe it's a Gray's ship. I don't know. So let's just say that I'm gonna think this is the giant winged tiny ship. It's a tiny ship with giant wings that we've been getting in the blue sitcon silhouette. But whether it's a Drake Clipper or some kind of new Gray's ship, I don't know. Okay, anyways, moving on. This is a shot from the ground here on one of the platforms, the main platform, of course, looking up at the storm wall. We see the Perseus atop with the Idris underneath it. And again, the convoy of ships, the escort of ships. Now, what is this? What is this? Look underneath the Perseus. What is that? And I think that's another reveal. Can we clip that? So right under here, there's a ship, and it's hard to see, but go watch the video. There's a ship. Oh my gosh, J-Gun. Your pen is so fat today. There's a ship right here, and there's another one of them right here that you can see kind of. Yep, there they are. Well, that first one is part of the gun. Ignore that. Ignore this. This is the gun on the Perseus hanging off the bottom. But there's definitely 2 ships under there. And then they disappear. And they've got long bat-like wings, maybe? Maybe more of that ship we're wanting to see more of? I don't know. Oh. And then the Perseus is about to go past them, so we get a clear view. Oh, and the screen moves on. And the screen moves on. Okay. So here we see a Razor. The Razor is a very cool ship, by the way. I love flying my Razor. And it's coming down. It's going to join the party. Again, we have a couple, looks like a Raven, looks like a Crusader ship. Again, we see the Polaris, the Idris on top. And a few other ships. I have an F8. That ship on the top is interesting looking. Oh, it's a Guardian. It's just a strange, skinny-looking Guardian, like it's on Ozempic or something. I don't know what's going on with that Guardian. And then we see a buck here at the bottom. Look at this little buck on the bottom. I think that's a buck on the bottom. It's shaped like a buck. Maybe not. Maybe I'm on crack. Maybe. And there we get the saber. I don't know, it could be the Firebird or it could be the Peregrine. Firebird or Peregrine with the F8. We pan across as those turn sideways. Okay, here's a shot from the back. Yep. Looks like a Shiv. Looks like a Spirit. Obviously, we got the Idris and the Polaris, and the Perseus in the center. And then the back. Is this an Eclipse? The back looks like an Eclipse, but I'm not sure. Oh, no, it's not an Eclipse. The wings aren't. I don't know what that is. Probably the Peregrine or the. And then we have a consolidated out. We have a C now. I always forget the name of the ship. The Nomad. Got the Nomad, the F8. Okay. They're all heading towards the Vision Center, which is where the show is at. Okay, we got the Spirit coming in. Oh my God. J-Gun, stop right-clicking. Yep. What else do we see? Yep. Yeah, I think that's just a saber of some sort. We got the Stinger now. Ooh, with a Prowler. Big emphasis on the Stinger, which is kind of weird because at this point it's an old ship. It's been on sale. By the time IAE hits, the Stinger will be over a month old. And then we go to the Paladin, Idris, Shiv, Polaris, the 315 or 325, and the Peregrine or Saber Firebird, the F8, and the Perseus is going to wipe the screen. Oh, sorry. That's not Perseus. I think that's the Shiv is going to wipe the screen. Hell, maybe just the Perseus. But yeah, okay, that's it. That's my analysis. So what did y'all see? Let's play it one more time, just at regular speed. And that's it. So that's my take on all of that. Yeah, it's a video. I always told myself I'm never going to be a content creator who just talks about a video. It's like the content creators who just read patch notes. Like, I'm like, that's not really content. You're just reading patch notes. You're just talking about somebody else's content. But I have noticed lately, there's a market for this. There are people that will watch people talking about other people's content. So I'm going to try it out. I'm going to start. So I'll still make guides. I'll still make instructional videos. I'll still make short films. But in addition to that, I'm going to start sprinkling in videos where I just share my feelings about somebody else's video. How about that? Huh? Or I read patch notes. So that's what I'm going to start doing. And if nobody likes it, then I'll stop doing it. So hopefully nobody likes this, so I don't have to do this ever again. That's it, and I hope to see you in the verse.